Hey guys, Cindy Yoder here with my Artsy Endeavours. How are you doing today? I'm actually doing pretty well. You're going to see a little clip, and then I'm going to add on to that video, and I'm actually going to explain what I'm doing. These I got to put somewhere else. They're for something different. I purchased a haul from a woman that was cleaning out her craft room. In that haul, there was a lot of jewelry makings. One of them were these barrettes. Barrettes, I'm not sure how you say them. I say them barrettes. But anyways, there was a whole bunch of these, and I thought, these look like, they're barrettes, but they look like whatever. So I thought, what am I going to do with these? And I got thinking about it, and I've been working on my journals, and I'm like, I really want to use these in the journals. And what a great way to use them than to be able to just clip them on something. And what's wonderful is you can move them around. They're just, I thought, you know, that's an idea, something different. So what I did is I made these three. I didn't say anything. I'll probably put music to it, and then I was just like, bye-bye. But I wanted to actually explain what I was doing. So the first thing I did with these is I took a sanding block. I have no idea what this grit is. It's not really rough. And I sanded off the shiny. Now, the reason I did that is because the glues aren't going to stick to the shiny. I don't know why, but they don't. As far as what glue you can use on this, I'm using tacky glue. I'm sure you can use, what is it, E6000 or any of the thousands, whatever they are. I'm sure you can use any of those, and I'm sure it would work just as well. I don't know how well just like an Elmer's glue would work. I have no idea, but so anyways, that's the first thing I did is I went through and I sanded all these down, and I didn't do anything crazy. I just kind of got the shiny off them. You can see there's spots. Like, let me show you the difference. Let's see if I can find another one of these. Okay, so you can see the difference in them. This one I've sanded. You can see it's kind of more of a matte. This one is shiny. You see them? So I sanded off that shiny because I want my glue to stick on it more, and that's how hard it is to get it off. It's just really simple. You just, and you're done. All right, so then what I was doing is I was working with some pieces of paper, some scraps I have here, some papers that I've painted or doodled on. But now, I got that stuff on me. Now I want to start working with some charms. You know, I've got some of these little kitty cat charms. I want to start working with some of these charms. And I also brought out some embroidery floss. I'm not sure if I'll use it, but it's something I'm going to play with. That's just yarn. So I thought, you know, why not? Let's play around with these and see what we can do. I have my little pouch of words here. I've got, these are cut-offs from scrapbook paper, the big 12 by 12s that I've cut in half and I've saved over the years. I really want to use these up. I'm tired of looking at them. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? But, you know, I'm sick of looking at them. So let's see what we can use up and just play with. Oh, I like this with the numbers. Yeah, so that's what I've got here. I like this one with the dots. This is why I saved these. I just couldn't throw these away, you know? So let's see what we can do. I have to start out with a base piece. Let's do a big one. I'm going to start out with a base piece. This is a pad of paper that I got, I believe, from Temu. And I just love it. I love this pad of paper. So now I wish I'd gotten like 4 of them, but I didn't. I got 1. I have no idea how much it costs. I haven't a clue. I just, whatever. So I'm going to take this. Let's take a piece of this. I'm going to take the piece with the black on it here. Alright. I'm going to take this piece with the black. And then I'm not going to put this on here yet because I want to create on this piece of paper. So what am I going to do with this? I'm going to add some things to it. I want to add some more textured paper to it. I kind of like these, kind of like the stars. I don't like the straight edge. Let's take the middle. Kind of like these stars, so I'm going to add that to it. So again, good old tacky glue. Just going to put a little bit on here. Don't need a lot. What else am I going to add to this? I love these numbers. I don't want all of them though. So I'm going to use the 7, 8, 9 maybe right there. What else am I going to do to this? I do have my little ink thing here so I can actually take the edges and I can go around the edges should I choose to. I want that torn off and I want this torn. Just kind of brings it all together a little bit. So I like that. What else can I put on here? I want to put a couple charms, but this still isn't enough yet. I'm still not enough. Not enough. I need something else to it. Let's see if I can take this little piece here. Yeah, I like that. I don't like the white part, so I'll take that off. Okay, we're going to put this here. All I'm doing is I'm just building up things that I think would look kind of neat in the journal. And all this is going to go in the garbage. And then I'll put something on it that will add to it. That's pretty. That's a little bit bulky, I think, but I like it. What else do we have in here? This is just odds and ends. Button, rainbow. I like this black button, so that may go on there. What is this? Oh, that's pretty. I have so many little containers of all this kind of stuff. There's one that says blessed. What are these? Dream, beautiful. Let's do beautiful. What else have we got here? That's kind of cool. This key. If I can get it more. Yeah, I kind of like this key. Get the edges more fuzzy. I like the button, the key, and I like the beautiful. So, that's what we're going to use. This is 2 bows. So I'm going to take this. Just going to kind of darken it up a little bit around the edges. There's enough on here to kind of give it an aged look, right? Ew. It doesn't want to stay straight, but it will. Alright, so I'm going to put that key right here. Let's do that. Then we're going to put the button on. And I'm actually going to sew the button. Not, you know, crazy sew, but I want to use a little bit of thread in it. So there's that. This guy I'm going to sew on too. So where's my thread? Is right here. Let's use this. I need to find my needle. I'm just going to do it in 3 strands, and I could have sworn I had a needle sitting here, but I don't. So let's get out a needle. Ugh. Don't want anything huge. Because I want it to be able to go through. Just going to tie a little knot in the end. Another little knot in the end. And then, I like this button. Let's throw this right here. Just gonna sew it on real quick. It's no big deal. I go kitty corner, and then kitty corner again. And remember, this is just on paper, so it's not like it has to be perfect. I just gotta find the hole. Where's the hole? It's out there. Ouch. Just poke myself. Alright, so that's just on there. And then I'm going to take this beautiful, I think I'm going to put it right here. So I'm just going to go into the hole, I hope. Hold on, let me just get my needle up through here. To the hole, I'm going to put that beautiful on there. And I'm going to put it back down through. I need to get some new needles. Mine have got like, I don't know, they're just like rusty or something. Okay, and I'm going to do it one more time. Just because I want to have it on there pretty solid. Through and back down. Okay, so now I have a button, I have a key, I have the word beautiful, which has got glue on it from my finger. And now to tie this off, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go under this. Okay, I'm going to put it through the hoop and through the hoop and pull it down, and it made a knot before I got all the way down. That figures. Oh well, that's alright. It's going to be stuck on a needle, so it doesn't matter. Or it's going to be stuck on a barrette. So I'm going to do it again. Through the hoop. Through the hoop. There we go. Alright. Okay, let me just stick this over here so I don't end up losing it and poking myself with it. So here it is. I think that's kind of neat looking. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to glue it onto here. So I'm not going to put the glue on the paper because I'll end up with glue everywhere. So I'm just going to put the glue on the barrette itself. And I'm going to make sure I've got quite a bit of it. Make sure it's kind of covered. See how covered it is. Yeah. Because I really want that to stay on there. So there's that. Ugh. And then I'm just going to lay this right here. And then when I dry them laying face down, and I kind of push on it so that it gets as much contact with the paper as it can. And then that way, when it dries, it'll have as much paper on it as possible. I keep putting glue on this beautiful. My dirty fingers. There we go, I got it off. I think she's pretty. Alright, there we go. So that's how I'm doing these. I just wanted to pop in and, you know, show you the actual way I'm playing with these. I want to turn upside down. And, you know, I'm really excited about this because I can use whatever I want. This one I just said hi on. This is a small black one. I have some more black ones. Same thing. I went through and I sanded it off first. This one is a big one. It says someday. I really like this. I like the way this turned out. Now you can also, I went through with a Posca pen, added some dots, you know, whatever. You can decorate these as much or as little as you want. Here's one that says look. Now I am going to try to, I want to make a big one, meaning like a longer one. So instead of using this kind of paper, I got to grab some, let me see if I have some cardstock in here. This is just my odds and ends. I want to see if I have a heavier cardstocky type paper. There's one. That's a little bit heavier. Not what I'm looking for though. Let me see if I can find. This is all just regular paper. I can tell by the feel of it. Alright, let's put put this back. Let's see. Oh! Alright, right here's, I know this is cardstock, so let's use this. I just want one piece of this. Kind of like that. That's a little dark. Dark. That one's okay, okay, okay. Alright, I'm going to take that very top one. I'm going to put these back. Like back in the basket. Alright, so I'm going to take this and we're going to make a larger one. Not that big. But we are going to make a bigger one. So let's take this. Cut it off, make it straight. Alright, so I made this straight. Now that's awful big, but I have an idea what to do with it. I am going to, that one corner is rounded. We're going to round the rest of them. Now, what I want to do, get back up there. There's little ones. I'm going to use a big one for sure. Oops, I got one in my hand. This is all just stuff I can use, but I want to use a big one for sure. Now, how do I want to use this? This is a picture of a magazine that I was using. I like this. This is cool. Now I don't want to, I like this side the best, so I don't mind covering this up. But I want torn edges. So yeah, I want that. I want torn edges. So I like this one and this one. Now I need some pink. I need something that's got some bright pink on it. Here's a bright pink. I want some pink. I don't want that black and white. What else do I want on it? Oh, I like this. That doesn't go with that, though. I'm sorry, I'm talking my way through this. I hope I'm not driving you guys totally crazy. But this is my thought process while I'm doing this. Just so you guys get an idea. Actually, I want to put this pink here. Alright, so I'm basically just kind of creating layers on what I want this to look like. And I think I want it like that. I like that pink peeking out here. And that's not torn either, so. Alright, so that's what I'm going to use for that. Now, I want a focal point on here, so what, wrong way, Cindy. What I'm going to do is I have, where'd it go? Where did it go? Right, that's not it, is it? No. And those are not it. Well, as soon as I find it, I will show you what I'm going to pull out for focal points, but I have to find it first. I have a container that has a bunch of little focal points. If not, I'll use my basket. But anyways, let's get this put down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distress these edges because I don't want any type of a white. So I'm just going to pick them up and turn them over. That way I know which way they go. Kind of excited to see how this one will turn out. I mean, I'm only going to have a small amount of real estate on here, but it's good because let's hope the barrette will stay there. I just wanna, I don't want any of that white. Not in the white mood today. All right, this went this way. So let's go ahead and put that on. This one I'm going to use the glue stick on, just because I can get more coverage on it. Okay, then we've got this one that's going to peek out from the edges. This one. And we have this one. See, they've even changed a little bit just by me messing around with them. Sorry, that was my phone telling me I have prescriptions delivered. Okay, thank you. All right, let's put you on here. Now, yes, I am getting a little bit of black on my glue. I don't care. All right, this one's going to go right about here. So you can see they changed from when I first laid them out, but you know what? That's okay. I don't care. Ugh. Because it's mixed media. You can put it any way you want to. All right. I just wiped that off my mat. Now, I got to find my focal points. So hold on. Pardon me, just a minute. I'm going to find out where my container went, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have this one, but this isn't the one I was looking for. This one sat underneath something else over here. So I did pull out a few things from that other one. I have this, put the lid back on him for now. I have this teacup, and I have this teapot. But, you know, it's too much pink. And then I also thought about this. I have this rainbow. And then I have this die cut that I had. And then I thought about this. I don't really like that either. So that's not going on there either. But in here, what I have is I have pieces that I've made. And I really like some of these, so like I could always put that on. Wait a minute, here's a little mouse. How about a mouse? He's a big mouse. Oh, stop, I get it. There's a mouse. Let's see what else we have in here. I love these little things. We could use some of those maybe. See, I have a bunch of those. I like this. That would look really good on there. So here's this. What else have we got? I like this guy. Here's another one. I think that's too much. Let's see. I have a girl in here. Too big. Too big. Just smaller girl. No. I also have this mouse. I have this birdie. Nice too blue. I'm still looking, guys. Oh, this guy's cute. He's a little monster. There's a kitty cat. I think he's a kitty cat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I like these guys. I have to cut this middle out right here, which I can do that. That's not a problem. But now I'm going to need a couple more of these because I want other things on here besides just the puppy dogs. So what do you guys think? Let's see, I need something else on here. Here's another one that's kind of cool too. Kitty cat. Got another kitty cat. I like those two dogs so far the best. Another puppy dog. I'm looking for, this guy's kind of cool. He could go up in here. I could put some white on him. Let's move this over here. I normally don't plan like this. I normally just stick stuff down when I like it. So I'm not sure why I'm planning, because that's just not the way I do things. So what I'm going to do is I need my little cutting mat, which I put somewhere right here. Oop, move over, guys. So I need my little cutting mat. Now all this stuff is going to go on here. It's just a matter of where. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this part out. With my little knife. I'm not going to be perfect about it. I really don't care about perfection. That's not who I am. So there's that, and then I'm going to cut this part out. Oh, black stuff on my fingies. Yeah, I won't cut myself. Knock on wood. I better be quiet because I'll probably end up cutting myself if I say that. Oh. So, I know I was gone for quite a while. I had a lot of health issues going on. I've had several surgeries. I had to have my neck fused, my foot from that mess up with the brick, kicking my brick steps years ago. But I've also just recently been diagnosed with RA. And let me tell you, that's not fun. There, I like that much better. So I've been working on getting the medication up to par and up to where I need it. So it's been crazy. It's been crazy around here. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to put on is I'm going to put this guy on. Just using my tacky glue. Because he's going to go behind, whoops, he's going to go behind these guys. So he's going to go right about there. Alright, then this is going to go right about here. Oops. So I'm going to tacky glue that. Now I'm gluing on my mat. I shouldn't be doing that, should I? No. So he's going to go about here. These guys are going to go about here. So I'm just going to glue that there, because I can always just flip this up and glue it. I need to get this mat off from and under here. Alright, now this guy, it's going to go in there. I'm leaving some of these white. I just want a little bit of lightness to this because it seems awful dark with those colors in the background. So I'm just adding some white. And then this guy, It's going to go right here. Now I need to glue these guys down. Come on, get up here. So yeah, I know, you know, I disappeared for a while, but you know, it's hard to create when you're in a lot of pain and recovering and all that happy stuff. So, but I'm back. I hope to be back for a while. The only thing I know that's going on this year, as far as medical, is I gotta have my cataracts taken out. Talked to the doctor. He said they went crazy in the last year. So I go Wednesday to see a consultation with a surgeon. Okay, I really like that. I think that turned out really cute. Now, I can go in and doodle and all that stuff, but I'm not going to do that until after it's completely dry. So we're going to set this one aside. Oops, his ear keeps coming undone. Let's get your ear down there, bud, so we don't lose you. There. That one's okay. He's not coming out either. Come on. So yeah, other than that, not a lot going on around the homestead. We do have a big, I was going to say a bad word, although my channel's not for kids, so we have a huge development coming in next door, which I'm not thrilled with, but there's going to be 44 houses built right next to us. Not thrilled about that, but hey, you know, there's nothing I can do, so. Now, do I want to put anything else on this as far as like charms or anything? Let me look real quick in here and see what we got. Just broom. That goes with that. See what all's in here. Got a kitty cat. Here. We could actually hang him right there, couldn't we? Kitty cat. They got their buddy, the kitty cat, with them. You know what? I can actually take him off this. Let's do that. Let's take him off this. Let me find my... I'm going to take him off this little lobster claw. He's going to sit right there. Shut this lobster claw back up so I still have it. Hold on. You rotten. So yeah, what have you guys been up to? Where's everybody been? I look online now, I look on YouTube, and I don't see anybody that I used to know on there. There's very few people. But you know what? That's okay. And I'm going to cut this little thing off the top of him. I'm going to cut this little hoop off. So remember, when you have charms, they don't have to stay charms. They can be whatever you want them to be. So. Now she just looks like she has a little bit of a crown on. Good enough. There, she's going to go right there. And of course she's going to be tacky glued down. So I'm going to fill her body with tacky glue and then go around the edges. So hopefully she stays on here. They have their friend. Alright. Okay, like I said, once this gets done drying, I will probably go in with some gel pens and play around. I'll add some more white to this. Might add some dots down here. I'm not sure. So let's set this aside. But this big one, what my thought is, if I put this on like this, here's what I'm thinking. I could take a journal page. Let's see. Let me find one. All right, let's say it's this one. I could take a journal page and I could hook this right here. I'm thinking like that. Wouldn't that be neat to be able to just, okay, this page, we're going to use this on here. Should have made it a little bit wider. I'll have to remember that when I make the next one, that I can make it a little bit wider because I know this much of it's going to be off the page, but I want it hooked to there, but I couldn't make it wider. Now I could also still just, you know, decorate this page as a background and then just have this on here, which I think is kind of neat. So that's my idea for this. Yeah, that's my idea for this. Something on this line. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. So, I'm just testing it on pages. I'm like, oh, make sure it's okay. Yeah, I like that. So that was my thought. Now I could also still just do this and I could put it on top and it would pretty much be a whole page. I could do that as well. But that would be up here. Then I would have to put washi in a word or some words down here or something. But that's an idea. I have to figure out now which way I'm going to like it better. Am I going to like it as a top piece? You know, or am I going to like it better as a side piece? And honestly, I think I'm going to go with a side piece because I like that. This will be glued here. Yeah, I like that. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I am actually going to do it on the side, so it's going to be a side piece. But I want this stuff to dry, so I'm going to set this aside. This one is pretty much dry. So here we are with this one. And this one actually can be either. It can be a side piece with beautiful on it, or it can be a top piece. And all these aren't to cover the page. I just thought they'd be cute to put on different journal pages, you know, that have been worked on, or you just want to add a little bit more something to it. That page is not complete by any means, but I don't think I have any. Oh, I got this one. But like, if I do this, you know, I just want a little extra something to put on the pages, and I thought, you know, I like them on there. I like the little clip on it. This one here just says hi. You know, I could put it here. It just says hi, and it's something different. Now the back side, I'm not sure what to do with those yet, but you know what? I can cover it up with paper, or I can just leave it and not worry about it, which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably just not worry about it. This won't stay on here, and I don't understand why. It glues, but it doesn't stick, so I'm going to have to put something, washi tape or something on there to hold that. But anyways, that's my thought. Like this one, this background, this one has a background, so why not? Wouldn't that be cute? Oh, I think it is. So that's what I am doing with these. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, whatever the case may be, just put them in the section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Definitely chat with me, because if I don't see, you know, too many comments, I'm really going to think nobody's watching and nobody's really looking and nobody has any care. So definitely chat in the box below. Even if you just say, hey Cindy, whatever, I'm here. If you have questions, please ask them. I will be glad to answer them. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'm glad to be back, and I hope to chat with you guys soon. Take care. Bye.